a Somalilander. I don't give a shit what you are. That, in the eyes of Matt Walsh, being a Somalilander or being Somali is not, is not any different.
I got a question for you. Are you black or Somali?
Huh?
Would you class yourself black or Somali?
No, I'm black. Because
people will be like, I'm Somali, I'm not black.
Okay.
And,
I
see you lot as black.
I'm from Somalia, yeah. But
you are black, no?
But I am black.
But there's a lot of people black. No, I'm not black. I'm Somali.
I never really understood that. I'll be honest with you. And I don't really like the point I was trying to make was about the being black or Somali. Those two don't even correlate, you know what I mean? One is a country and one is your skin color, bro. That's just the way I look at it. I don't know.
That's like you saying to me, are you British or are you white?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to probably get a lot of backlash for this, but hey, allow me. You know what I mean?
I don't care if I'm the first person to say this, but us Somalis are not black.
We don't care. We don't care. There's too much black in Africa to be worried about Somalis claiming not to be black or not. It's none of our goddamn business. We don't give a fuck whether you're black or not. Thank you. We don't care.
Somalis are not black. There's a difference between African and black.
Congratulations, your application has been granted. It was quite evident that you are very eager to separate yourself from the black community. And so we wish you all the best as you embark on this fight to fight white supremacy all on your own. I can assure you that it is relentless, unforgiving, and quite merciless. But for whatever reason, this is the hill that you have chosen to die on. So we can only wish you all the best, and we hope it was worth it.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into a topic that has been all over timeline lately. So you might have seen the debate going around. Some Somali folks have been saying they are not black, that they identify as Arab instead, and they want to distance themselves from black identity. And you already know the internet wasn't about to let that slide. Black people responded immediately, calm, clever, and completely unbothered. Let's watch these videos together and I will come back later to share my thoughts.
My black people, please stop asking me. Stop telling me I'm African. I am not. I am Somali. That is my ethnicity. Africa is a continent. I am from the continent of Africa, but I am Somali ethnically.
Somali people and their obsession with Black History Month. Let's break it down. The people you call black don't consider you as black. How funny is that? I said this before. Black is not a color. Black is the absence of color. Black is not a color. Black is just a shade. Look into the color theory, the color spectrum. The darkest color is violet. You can mix colors, red, green, purple, and get white. You can mix colors and never get black. Because from a scientific standpoint, black is not a color. Black is just a social construct. Do not insult me or my ancestors by calling me black, okay? When the first European came to Somalia, they called us Caucasian, dark Caucasians. My hair is different, nose different, facial structure different, even voice tonality and voice frequency, totally different. When you call Chinese people yellow, they get offended. When you call me black or Black History Month in Somalia, I get offended.
If you really believe that, then baby, you're gonna have a hard time in this world. Good luck.
Listen, Linda, for all the goddamn Somalians that are pissed off of me for making the post that I made, y'all have an in-house problem. Why are y'all mad at black folks? I really want to know. Why y'all mad at us? What the fuck did we do? What y'all should be doing is getting in the field with your own fucking people and the people that actually voted for him. Knock on some goddamn doors. Have a fucking community meeting and figure that shit out. Y'all sitting up here laughing like, so we U.S. citizens. So what the fuck does that mean? Do you not see ICE running down the goddamn street chasing U.S. citizens, handcuffing them, putting them in the back of shit, shipping their asses off? Yeah, they gonna come back, but you gonna be fucking terrorized first. The whole point is to harass you. It's not to deport you, because he knows he can't. Instead of getting mad at black folks for calling the shit out, because we did our fucking job at the polls, okay? We did our job. You need to be arguing with the folks that voted for him, because there's no reason he should be able to say anything to y'all. Y'all should all be standing 10 toes down. Not getting on the news and saying, Wigs are us, we voted for you. Don't do this to us. Yes, I saw that. Look, y'all got an in-house issue like the Latinos did. Figure that shit out. Get in the field. Start fighting. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. The ones that voted for him, they not just coming after them. They coming after all of y'all. One apple will spoil the whole fucking bunch. I'm seeing in some of my comment sections that saying, oh, that's why we not black. That's why we don't claim being black. Oh, we know. Because he didn't say he was trying to deport black folks.
So if you have 1 minute, I'd like for you to check out this video.
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They will tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. You know, I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah?
So I want to say this with as much clarity as I can possibly say it. I don't believe that every Somali imam thinks this way, but this gives an indication that there are people who we have allied with, who we have supported, who we have taken on as brethren, because were it not for the African American experience, these people would not be able to do any of the things that they're doing. But we have to realize that some people are not our friend. There's a saying in the black community, not all skin folks is kinfolk. So my decision is, if you came in during this time, I'm rocking with people who came in who have a heritage of experience in the black community, specifically foundational black Americans. Until you prove to me that you are an ally of mine, I'm not rocking with
So, Somalis or Arabs?
Are you guys black? Are Habesha people black? I would consider.
We are Somalis, not black. There, I said it.
Somalis are not black. There's a difference between African and black.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm sure he'll feel differently about you then. Let's see how he characterizes the heritage that you are so proud of, wanted to elevate it above African Americans.
Trump is not going to agree with everything that I have to say, nor do I agree with everything he has to say, but I fundamentally believe he is the safest bet for our country moving forward.
You know, the kinds of people you'll see asking to speak to the manager at the pearly gates.
I want to talk to the manager.
All right, Minnesota, here's how it started.
We love our brothers and sisters who are Democrats, but you left us. And because the left us, join the right, vote for Trump, 2024, vote for George Rape, 2024, vote for Maisie Young in St. Paul, 2024, vote for Tajud in CD3, 2024, vote for Tom Emma, our lion, out of St. Cloud. Farhan is here and is endorsing him. And please go out and vote, because voting for Trump without soldiers is giving him a failure. So please vote. Again, for the school boards, we have a ton of people running who are in the school board from all over the state. And please go vote for the Republican Party this time. Thank you so much.
And here's how it's going.
Deported. I want them deported. These damn fucking Somalians need to go. Have you seen the state of Minnesota? Disgusting. It smells like bounced that over there. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't want them here. I don't want them in this country. I don't want them over here. I don't want them over there. I don't want them in a house. I don't want them with a mouse. They need to fucking go. They're ruining this fucking country, and it's fucking everything up, and it's fuckity. Maybe I was a little bit too harsh, but I don't care if I'm politically correct. They need to go. They need a deportation. Deportation. That's what needs to happen.
No, that wasn't Trump. You know how I know? Because he could rhyme. Ain't no way Trump could rhyme in his current condition. Y'all seen it?
If you want to have it released, I'll release it.
Please, can you tell us what they were looking at?
For what, releasing?
No. What part of your body was the MRI looking at?
I have no idea. It was just an MRI. What part of the body? It wasn't the brain, because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark, which you would be incapable of doing.
But the message was the same.
Here they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing.
Hey, all y'all at the podium. Yeah, he said nothing. You contribute nothing. Like when they gave y'all that flag, they gave y'all the clothes.
So this comment is from the video I made about Somali people being black, and it reads, Somalians call black people Jareer. If you know, you know. That's why when they are in trouble and black people be defending them, it annoys me because I know there are high chances they won't do that for us. Listen, I hear you. I really, really do. I understand where you're coming from. But the one thing we have to understand is that people are not a monolith. The way African Americans are not a monolith, and Africans are not a monolith, and white people aren't a monolith, Somali people are not monoliths. I'm not going to sit here and deny the fact that there are probably some people within the Somali community who are racist as hell and look at black people as less than and denigrate black people every chance they get, right? However, that person does not speak for the entire Somali community. And the entire Somali community shouldn't be punished when they're under attack, mind you, based on the actions of a few people. And that's just how I feel. Like, you know, this year has been tough for a lot of immigrant communities, right? And I vividly remember last year when there was all them Cubans, we vote for Donald Trump. They all getting snatched up right now. There are some who are relishing in that, right? I'm not one of them, right? Because while karma is very real, it doesn't negate the fact that these people's rights are being violated right now and they're being treated as less than human. And even if they voted for that, it doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it right. And regardless of the nonsense they were spewing last year, and it was nonsense, I'll still speak out on their behalf because it's wrong. And a lot of good people who had nothing to do with that movement are being hurt, and they don't deserve that.
And to the Somalis who spent most of their existence in the United States of America, being a Republican and voting Republican, on the level from seawater to ocean spray, how salty are you? I don't see why y'all mad at Trump. The same hateful rhetoric that came out his mouth on national television about y'all is no different than the hateful shit that y'all said about black Americans in the United States of America. As a matter of fact, y'all and Trump are one and the same. European colonizers convinced your ancestors that they look different than other Africans. The colonizers convinced your ancestors that they were closer to being Arab than they were African. Your ancestors believed them. And that sense of perceived difference ignited an anti-black bias in your bloodline. And unfortunately, that has trickled down into your opposite of smart ass to not only think that if you live amongst them, you vote like them, and you think like them, that you will be one of them. Failing to understand that on the surface, you look nothing like them, and they will never accept you. And now that you have fucked around and found out, understand that when you voted for him, black Americans now see you as being white supremacy wearing blackface. And if fucks were to magically appear in black Americans' atmospheres, none of them will be given to Trump for what he said about y'all. And with that being said, we're going to mind our black American business.
Hi, so I just really want to make this video from like a human space. This is something I've been really meaning to say, and I'm so glad that I can finally articulate it to you guys. So I'm Somali. I grew up in Minnetonka. I've been raised here my entire life. I am born here and I've lived here. I've studied here. I'm a pre-med. I do research, and that's usually the type of stuff I talk about on my page. But right now I feel like it's really important for me to say this. What I'm going to say is that I have been getting so many messages telling me to go back to your country, go back to your country. But the reality of the situation is the United States is the only country I've ever known my entire life. And the thing is, the great irony of it all is I'm not the ambassador of Somalia. I don't speak for Somali people. I'm not a spokesperson for this community. I'm just one young person trying to study, navigate life, and live like any other 20-something-year-old living here in this state. And so something that I feel like is going on is that there's a lot of immigrant people and first-gen, second-gen kids like me with this weight on our shoulders trying to explain everything going on in our communities, trying to defend our communities. But I'm really no different from any other 20-something-year-old trying to make it here in this state, in this country, in this world. And so I'm sharing this because I really feel like a lot of us are being treated this way and dealing with this quietly. But the reality is we aren't symbols. We aren't some type of ambassador. We are just human beings.
Yeah, I think that that's one perspective. But the other perspective is, you know, you're just collateral damage from the bad decisions that was made, you know, possibly from your family, depending on how they got here. Because we still have to ask the question, right? This young woman who, you have to love and respect the fact that they were able to articulate themselves and communicate clearly about what their plight is and what's happening over in the Somali community, which she's not necessarily saying anything that we don't already know, that people that are born here inside of the United States of America, especially ones that receive birthright citizenship, meaning that their parents may not necessarily be from here, and they may have come over here either illegally or temporary protective status, but it doesn't mean that it justify the fact that we are leveraging laws that were meant for American descendants of slaves, people that did not ask to be here, and them receiving birthright citizenship should not have been extended over into people that are just normally born in the United States of America, regardless of what their circumstances are. So while I acknowledge that we should make sure that we accommodate people that are legally here in the United States of America as citizens, you can't blame people that then speak loudly about the fact that we should be putting Americans first and the people that are here already, instead of advocating for and allocating our tax dollars for people that came over here illegally. I'm not really sure.
I don't care if I'm the first person to say this, but us Somalis are not black.
Yeah, we don't care. We don't care. We got too many problems as black people. We don't need y'all to add on to that shit.
If I'm the first person to say this, but us Somalis are not black.
We don't care. We don't care. The one thing that we are sick of doing over here as the black descendants of American slaves is caring about people over in the African diaspora, talking about I know black. Listen, there are too many issues to care about, like reparations, about global health concerns, about global poverty, global famines. We got wars, we got issues with the black community across the global diaspora, and to be worried about somebody who's going to deny their blackness. As they look in the mirror and see a black man, they're going to sit and say, I know black. Okay, cool, whatever. But when you get but just do me one favor. When you get into trouble, don't be calling for us to help you. Don't be calling, oh, FBAs, come help me. Because remember, you said I know black. So you want to be in the sunken place? Fine. Go back into your freaking Somali pirate ship and head back down to the sunken place. Because we ain't got time for it. It's 2024. Some folks are going to get left behind. That's you.
I've been saying that black Americans don't have allies for the longest, right? Now, this proves my point. Out there in Minnesota, a young black mother was looking for a daycare to put her children. What do you know? The Somalis run a 24-hour daycare. But when she get there, they don't want to give her a tour. They don't want to service her. And she says,
I tried to send my child to one of the 24-hour daycare centers because this is the only 24-hour daycare in Minnesota. The Somalis would not give me a tour. They did not want me to bring my kids to their daycare. It was because they was doing daycare fraud. Come to find out, another thing with them, they made it very clear their only agenda is to benefit the Somali community.
Most of these immigrants, they come here. They don't come here to ally with us blacks. They don't come here to be our friends. They don't come here to service us. They don't come here to be around us. They come here to use America for whatever they can get out of it. That's something that we all have to remember, because that's what it is. You open a business here in America, then it's for everyone. You service everyone. You don't come to America to only service your own people. And that's one of the biggest issues that white Americans and black Americans have with all immigrant groups right now in America. You guys come here and you don't even play by the rules, because before you had your own place, before you had your own little cities and towns, you had to come to our cities and towns. Guess what? You got all the services you need. So that's one of the biggest issues that black Americans have with all immigrants. You guys come here, you think you're better than us. You don't treat us with any kind of respect. You don't respect our history. You don't respect our language. You don't respect our country. You don't respect us at all, but yet you expect us to respect you. You expect us to put our bodies on the line when ICE is chasing your ass down the street. No, sir. It's never happening again. Believe me, black Americans do not have any allies, and we need to start marching and acting like it and voting and standing on that too.
Well, y'all surprised me, man. I never knew how many people didn't like Somalians and Mexicans and shit. And now, I see a lot of people laughing at their plight or whatever. A lot of black people too. And I grew up with them. You know, I'm out of Minnesota, Minneapolis. I'm used to Mexicans, I'm used to Somalis. You know what I mean? Shit, you got some good ones, you got some bad ones. It's just like any other people. You know what I mean? But be laughing at people getting their family split up, like they ain't coming for us next is beyond me. You know what I mean? But everybody got their own opinion. And this is just mine. I have no problem with the Somalis and Mexicans. I think what ICE is doing is fucked up. I mean, yeah. So after they get rid of all the immigrants or whatever, quote unquote, or you know what I mean, and make them go back to their countries or whatever, you know they directly at us. like it's gonna be the 50s, 60s all over again, this bitch. You know what I mean? So watch who you laughing at. I ain't saying you don't gotta go out and support, but you don't necessarily gotta be against either, though. You know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean? I know y'all see what's going on and see what's really what's up.
So Somalians are trying to drag black Americans into their fight. Check this out.
But Trump based his order on a report whose author has made it clear that his goal is to denationalize and deport as many Somali Americans as possible. This is not about crime. It's not about safety. This is about purging people like me from this country. Minnesota has always been a welcoming place for people fleeing a home country that is battered by war, poverty, and hunger. Europeans in the 19th and 20th century, black Americans from the South, Hmong.
That was a call for allyship, and they threw the race card out there. We're all black. What happened to I'm not black, I'm Somalian? And what happened to the call of allyship when y'all was scamming Minnesota out of hundreds of millions of dollars? They only pull out the race card when it's beneficial to them, because before this, they'll tell you, you're jealous because Somalians are driving Priuses. And there's no allyship when they taking advantage of all these government assistance programs. HUD, public housing, they're not going to let you in their building that they're in. And these are the same people that will tell you, if you black American Somalians will say, hey, my people came over here in planes and your people came over here in shackles and chains. Keep that same energy. I respect that. Since me and my peoples came over here in shackles and chains in a ship, I'm porting my ship right here. This is where I'm going to port my ship. Don't use black as a race card. Don't use black when it's beneficial. Keep that same energy. You not black, you Somalians. You not black, you Nigerians. Keep that same energy. Because when it's time to benefit off these government programs, like housing, all that stuff, they lock other people out. They don't care about nobody else but their own people. So why you yelling allyship now?
And now I'm understanding, and you're going to look at, I hear they ripped off Somalians. Ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care.
Lately on social media, some Somalis have been repeating the same message. We are not black. We are Arabs. We are Kushites. They correct people, distance themselves, and sometimes even talk down on other Africans. But the internet didn't let that slide. Black Americans, Africans, and black people worldwide responded with one clear message. We don't care whether you identify as black or not. No one is begging for your acceptance. People pointed out that there are millions of beautiful, proud black people across Africa, millions more in America, and strong black communities in the Caribbean, Brazil, Europe, and others. So if a few Somalis don't want to claim blackness, it changes nothing. Black folks made it clear. This isn't the 90s. We know who we are. We don't need validation, especially from people who can't even agree among themselves whether they are black, Arabs, or East African. Africa is full of diverse black nations, and black identity existed long before colonial borders. One group's denial doesn't shake black unity. Somalis can call themselves whatever they want. Meanwhile, black people are focused on growing, building, rising, and connecting with those who want to be part of the movement. Nobody is chasing people who are running away, and whether someone accepts it or not, the world already sees them as black. Thank you guys for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.